Hey, it's the Chubby Bartender Podcast with your host, Jason Gillum and Chad Reynolds, with a special guest each week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Man, I'll tell you, wife and I are looking at maybe buying a house, selling ours, getting a new one, don't know what to sell it for, don't really know how much we want to pay for the new one, where we're going to go. I'll tell you about it, Strauss.
Well, Chad, I tell you, who to call. Come with me. I'm Chris O'Boyle. How can I help you?
Hey, Chris, I hear you're the man to see. I'm trying to list my house.
Let's go, Paul.
Great.
Hey, we're back,
Hey,
folks.
we're back.
Yes, with another episode of the Chubby Bartenders Podcast. They should hit that like and subscribe button, shouldn't they, Chad?
Please like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
That's how we make sure that this sausage keeps getting made around this
Didn't know where
place.
you was going with that. You've that sausage out there. I was like, shit.
I like to keep people on their toes.
Especially when he hits on that cigar.
Yeah, I like to keep people on their toes.
We got to thank a few guys, though, don't we? Who
Yeah, we
first?
do. Well, I'd kind of like to talk about earning the day first.
All right.
If wanted to talk about our boy Jason Prater over at AP Prep.
We'll talk about him.
I mean, you're talking about if you're an older guy wanting to get back in shape, that's great. If you've got a kid that's wanting to be a better athlete,
Or better mover.
move better, move faster,
More physical.
get stronger.
Yep.
They've got a heck of a thing going over there in Chillicothe.
AP
I'll tell you
prep
this, too.
athletes
Stephen was in that and worked out with him, and then after college, he helped Stephen find a job. I mean, that's the kind of guy.
Oh, they're
does
not-
ACT prep with those kids. He does.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
this.
I mean, the guy's
honestly,
top-notch.
It's complete program.
He's
It is.
He's helping young men become real men.
That's right.
And
he don't just forget about you when the money stops.
No, he don't. No. I've seen him, see old athletes before that he's had, and I mean, man, they just instantly.
He invests in people.
He does.
Man.
He does.
And does a great job. Earn the day. AP
He's
Prep.
investing in somebody else.
Yeah, let's talk about that sponsor. How about Geiger Brothers? Scott Massey.
Well, he's had to reinforce his floors, so he just was naturally good at structural engineering.
Oh yeah. Wow. Floors, beds, everything. Chairs. Yeah.
Anything that a man could bear weight
I
on.
can't even say anything anymore. So,
Well, you beat him.
huh?
You beat him the first time.
I did it. I beat him the first time.
Now
I have
here
a hard time
before we
second
talk
time.
about Geiger Brothers Construction.
Yeah.
What we got to talk about is the fact that he claims that as a win. He'll say, "This is my second loss." I think he's trying to jump on your coattails because he pretends like he beat me the first time and he didn't.
Oh well, I beat you the first
You
time.
did.
Yeah, and then,
But you
and
beat
then,
both
then
of
you
us.
got then you got beat the second time, so that was your second loss.
But I beat him the first time. Okay.
All right, I didn't know he was going second, third place, but
Well, there's no such thing, is there?
I don't think so.
Oh, here we
think
go.
so.
Second place is what, first loser?
That's what that's what Ricky Bobby said, right?
But anyway, let's talk about Geiger Brothers Construction, located up on Ralph Street, and they'll do about anything. So,
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a project you're looking to start, finish, if you got an idea that
they're looking for a job.
That's what he said last week.
Yeah.
I mean, so Geiger Brothers
Yep.
of Jackson, Ohio.
Good. Tell Scott, his buddies at the Chubby Bartenders sent you.
Yeah. Hey, Beau, where you got your insurance?
I had it.
Oh, okay.
I had it once.
Oops. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Way to go, Chad.
Yeah,
What do you think of that?
yeah,
Well, I walked right into that one, didn't
yeah,
I?
he did.
Well, in
Yeah.
his defense, his sister's in the business.
Oh,
Oh no,
okay.
I don't even have it with her. So.
Oh, well, you dirty prick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am mad.
Oh, yeah.
I just kind of took that one as a family loss.
No. Actually, when I went to you that one time, you was like, "You got too many kids in school, bud."
Oh, yeah, that was a while ago.
He's like, "Get rid of Coleman, and I'll insure you for sure." And I was like, "I can't do that." So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, give us a call, 740. I'll help you, unlike I did Beau.
Yeah. Gillum Insurance.
Yeah, I told you the last time. I tell you what everybody's been doing to save money, and it's a great thing. They've been combining auto home life.
Yeah.
Gives them a hell of a discount. So give us a call, 740-395-0357, or email me at jason.gillum@american-national.com. And we got somebody else we got to talk
Yeah, I was
about.
going to say, when was the last time you used the McDonald's app?
Today.
That is the best hack ever.
Ever.
I'm glad you shared that with me.
My dad was griping the other day. He said, "You're going to tell Brad he's going to get that dining room open, you know."
Yeah.
And I said, "Dad, no.
You're doing it wrong.
I said, let me bring that dining room to your fingertips."
Yeah.
I said, all you got to do is pull at a spot and hit the number, and they bring it right to you.
Yeah. And you got all those guys waiting there in line.
Yeah.
And they're running.
I don't
my
care if it's
food
a
out.
sweet tea, pack of ketchup, whatever.
Yeah.
You put it right in there.
Yep.
So
And-
go see Brad and Sarah Munn at your Jackson, Oak Hill, Wellston, and MacArthur McDonald's.
Yes, they've been in business over 40 years, and they always give back.
They always over
Always
40
will.
years.
He's a great guy.
So we got Mr. Beau Kearns,
Yeah.
one of our few repeats.
Frequent
He's a
flyer.
frequent flyer, and he just had a big weekend.
I did.
The youngest boy, Steven, has left the roost.
Well, kinda. He's in the process of looking for a house, but he did get married Saturday, so we're on a right path.
Does he live
here,
with
so-
you?
He does.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, he his lease ran up in Chillicothe, and he was living with some of them guys and Micah and them up there, and he's like, "Hey, you care if I come home, save a little bit of money?" And
Right.
you know, so I was like, "Heck yeah, bud!" You know, so this house is always here for you.
Yeah.
So they moved into the basement. I got about 900 square feet finished in the
Okay.
basement. So they call it 2347A. Just go westward.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, hell, you may never get that back.
I never. Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty good,
yeah.
good situation.
It is pretty good, you know. So you don't have to pay any utilities, don't have to pay a house payment or anything like that.
Yeah.
He went to Nashville the other night
Yeah.
after the wedding.
I
and
messaged
then-
him. I've seen his pictures.
And then now they're in Destin, Florida. So
Oh, he made it down there?
yeah, they made it down there. So
Yeah. He said he was just stopping by Nashville for a day.
yeah, that's what he did. He
Yeah.
loved it. He said he even called today. He said, "Hey, we all need to make a trip and go as a family back down there."
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. We were supposed to go this year at some point. We ought to all go.
Yeah, that's a fun trip. It's always good. Man.
Always good. Yep.
But, so, man, what was that like?
Well,
Having one of your kids get married. Man?
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
pretty gratifying, really. You know.
Yeah.
Because we've been wanting grandbabies for a while.
Oh
now.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
No pressure, Stephen.
Oh, they know it. Oh, they know it. And Micah knows it too. So she wants babies bad too.
Oh.
So, yeah. I just hope they find a house before they start having babies.
Well, yeah, no, because that arrangement could go south for you
Quick.
It's easy with just those two there. you know.
yeah. Because their bedroom would be in the basement, and the nursery would be up there where me and Susan.
Yeah. Well, boy,
And 2347B.
you know what, boy. Now, if I could get Steven aside now, I mean that'd be about the way to do it.
What's that?
I mean, the nursery up there by
No,
Grandma
hey,
and
listen,
Grandpa.
I don't think Stephen
And-
needs to be talking to either one of you guys. So he's got his own ideas. And,
yeah. Well, and it would be that. I mean, the great thing about grandkids, I'd have to think, is you can always take them home.
Oh yeah.
Or you get to spend a good time with them.
Yes, you could.
You're not really
Yes, you
interested.
could.
Yeah.
I can't.
Could be right there
I
at
could go
home.
right down the basement steps, hand them off, and close the curtain, and
well,
be done with them.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. But I'd say you'd probably be involved in some diaper changing, maybe even getting woke up in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't been that long ago.
Yeah, you could like riding a bike.
Oh
though.
yeah, you never forget that.
No,
So,
no.
How did it feel? How did it make you feel as a dad, though?
proud. I mean, you see your son standing up there. I mean, of course, he's a sharp looking man.
Yeah, he is,
anyway.
yeah.
Good looking kid, and his older brother was his best man. So
That'd be cool to watch.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
Yes.
bet you cried like a
I
baby.
cried.
Oh, I bet he did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the spigot was on.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's kind of hard.
For
not
how
to.
long?
And it was, I was doing okay, but once I see somebody else cry,
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I see Coleman up there, and he's kind of wiping him
Oh
down.
man,
And
yeah.
then I look over at Steven, and Steven's got his head down, and he's crying, while
Yeah,
Mike
yeah.
is walking up the aisle. And,
Yeah.
and I even told Steven afterwards, I was like, when Susan and I got married in 1992, when I seen her walking down the aisle, I did the same
Did
thing.
you?
Yeah.
And then I even cried when they said, here's Mr. and Mrs. Beau Kearns,
Oh yeah.
That just broke me down that day.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So I know what he was going through.
Yeah, oh,
but
yeah.
it's a pretty good feeling to be a dad and watch
Yeah.
it.
I imagine it is. I always like to, when I go to a wedding, if I can find somebody to get a little action on that with, I'd like to make the side bet: will the groom cry or not?
Oh, do you?
Yeah, and put a little wager on that. And
I was really surprised to see Coleman cry because Coleman's not. He's
like
not that
you would have taken him
emotional guy.
to not cry.
I would have took a bet on him not to cry.
Yeah.
How was his
And
speech? Did he give a speech?
He did. And
he
he did
cry?
a wonderful job.
He didn't cry during the
No, he
speech?
didn't cry during the speech or anything like that. And I was pretty proud of him. It was,
Okay.
it was good. So short, sweet, to the point, and
I'd be afraid that it would. Maybe I just need to grow up a little bit. I'd be afraid that it would send me into some like midlife crisis. Oh my God, my boy's married. You know, look how old
I've
I'm
been there
getting.
for a few years though. So I started buying Harleys and Jeeps.
Getting tattoos.
Getting tattoos. Yeah.
Well, but you know what though, man? It's gotta be kind of happy though, man. You're starting to see some independence. Like, hey, man, this guy's doing it right.
Yeah.
You know,
and,
I mean,
and one of the things that like gets to me is like, you know, my son got married, and now this girl has our last name. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's
your family got bigger, bud.
That's a big honor. Really.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
Sure, it
so
is.
I was pretty proud of that too.
Yeah.
And she's been a part of the family for several years.
Oh,
now.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Her and Steven started dating right after that car accident Steven was in 14, and not long after that, like October, November, somewhere around there. So they've been together almost.
I've heard
6.5
people say.
years, so.
I've heard people say that, like, you know, when your kids get married, you know, a lot of times, you know, you've known that person that they're going to marry for a long time, and it's almost like, man, they're already. It's almost like they're one of your kids as well.
That's
I
right.
mean, you know,
We've been around there a long time, you know. You know, all through college. You know, they went to college together, 4 years Otterbein. So it seemed like I moved them every year. You know, so I got to know everything that was in their house multiple times a year. It seemed like
How she operates.
That's right.
Yeah.
And she's a good girl, and we're glad to have her in the family.
Did you miss that ashtray already?
hell yeah, it fell off.
Yeah, it didn't fall. You're just cursed.
Yeah, I am.
He ain't hit that
An
ashtray.
AVO never breaks that.
I don't know how. I mean, you know, you just gotta ash him. It's because you're going for that.
Well, I like that burned.
Man, now you got Beau hooked on him now.
Oh yeah.
How did you smoke the cigars? Whenever you did that?
It was good. We all went outside at the reception, and they got some pictures, I think, down on the river with all the groomsmen with their cigars and stuff that Chad provided for us, which was a great deal.
Good,
Great
good.
deal.
I'm glad they enjoyed them.
And then at the night, you know, Susan was like, I said, we're going out to smoke, you know, so she went out and was hitting cigars with us, too. So, yeah, we had a good time with those cigars at the receptions.
And now you're hooked on him, you say?
Oh, yeah. I told Chad, I was like, I got to figure out where you're getting these things from.
Oh, yeah.
I do too. This is by far the best cigars that you've ever let me try.
Well, that's probably one of the better ones I've ever given you right there.
That right there is delicious.
Yeah, that's been
may have
in the
found my new
collection
thing.
for a while. Well, those are a little tougher to locate sometimes.
All right.
But yeah, that's a Cuban. That's an authentic one. So
I mean,
sometimes those are a little more difficult to source.
I love the hand rolled as opposed to
yeah,
the.
you can tell a difference.
You can tell big
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
It's one of them ones you don't even have to light. You can just gnaw on. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, the leaf is much better when the hand rolled ones. You can definitely tell the ones that are made by a machine and which ones are hand rolled.
But, you know, not to digress away from the wedding, but, man, you know, a lot of dads watch this show, you know. I mean, a lot of dads just like us and moms.
Right.
What's some of your recipe? Because I tell you, you got two exceptional kids.
We do, and I don't know how that happened. I mean, they had to take after Susan, so
I mean, I've known you my whole life, I could say, pretty much.
Absolutely.
And
Same with Chad.
Yeah, same with Chad.
Yep.
And, I mean, I think, you know, our dads, all three of our dads are a lot alike,
Right.
You know, and certain, you know, you were in hunting, fishing, but I mean, not so much that as much as just morally.
Yeah, they're principled.
Their principles and their morals. And
yeah.
did you try to do the same thing as your dad, or did you try to do?
Yeah, no, I was a little different than my dad. You know, my dad was a little more old school. You know, and nothing against him. That's just the way he grew up. You know, my dad's dad died when he was 14 years old, and so I didn't get a whole lot of I love yous. I knew it was there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the way he treated me and took care of me my whole life and stuff like that.
Sure.
But I could probably count on one hand how many times he said I love
I
you.
think that's a generational thing.
That's
man.
what I think. But, you know, and I even told Susan when we had boys, I was like, you know, one thing I'm not going to let them boys doubt is my love for them, you know?
Right.
So even now, Coleman's going to be 28 this month, and we don't get off the phone without telling each other.
I was
We
going
love
to
each
say,
I know.
me and my dad, I tell him I love him every day.
other.
Well,
And,
see, that's something that's kind of changed with me and my parents now.
Now you are.
That I have kids. I mean, every time I hang up with my mom and dad, I tell them I love them.
Yeah.
Man, when I was growing up, I never. That wasn't said very much.
not very often.
I mean, you know.
So, but that's one thing I've tried to do with the boys. So, you know, and they always knew that no matter how
But
upset
how'd you
I
keep
got
him
with
from
them,
being? How'd you keep him from being? you know.
Well, they got in trouble a little bit.
Well, I know, but I mean, the boy, they
didn't
just
even stealing cars or anything.
no, but they were just your typical small town boys. They didn't kind of go off in a different path. You never had to bring them back in. I mean, you might have had to tug on them a little bit to keep them straight.
Well,
but,
I'll tell you, man,
you never had to go wrangle them.
Pudge and I have talked about this a lot on the show. I mean, you know, here in Southern Ohio, man, I mean, it's scary. Some of the stuff
I'm
that's
scared.
out there.
I'm scared to death
And
for my son.
I mean, yeah,
I'm scared to death.
I mean, you know.
Oh yeah.
And man, you navigated those waters.
We did.
Great, bud.
You know,
I
and
mean,
that's one thing. That's what I was going to say is, you know, it's one thing the boys always knew that because their mom typically worked nights, you know, and I worked days, you know, when the kids was growing up. So it was me and them making dinners and stuff and doing football clothes. And but Susan was available during the day if you know they needed school functions or you know anything like that. So it kind of worked for us. But at night when they went out and done things or you know needed to call dad. I got up and went and got them, or you know, was there to listen to them and you know, try to navigate them around the right way. So, I mean,
did you talk to them about like you know pills and shit like that that's out there, or did you feel like you really didn't have to?
I mean, I guess we did a little bit, but I mean, it's not like a set down conversation we had. You know,
right.
I just think the boys
they realized that's not something we do.
That's not
here.
something they wanted to do. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, like at a young, like whenever those boys were, you know, young. I mean, I know you used to coach. Hell, you was my t-ball coach.
Right.
So, did you always encourage? I mean, I know they always hunted and they fished and they played sports. Were you kind of like, hey, here's all this stuff, pick what you want, do whatever you want, or were you like, hey, we're going to do this or we're going to do that?
So, like, Steven was a good athlete. I mean,
Great
growing
athlete,
up, he
Coleman was too.
He was. No, I mean, but like Steven, everything kind of came natural for Steven. You know, Coleman was a lot like me when it came to sports. He had to really work for what he was getting, you know. So Steven could have played soccer. You know, he wasn't very good at baseball. He'll be the first to tell you that. He played a little bit of basketball and that stuff. And Coleman was a football player. You know, that's what they did. So I let them do their own thing. I didn't say this is what you're going to do in the spring. This is what you're going to do in the fall. And, I mean, Steven, he quit baseball, you know.
And you didn't say, did he quit in the middle of the year or did he finish?
No. They always finished. If they started something, they finished it. So, and then another thing I'm kind of proud of is like their senior year in high school, which Coleman graduated in 2011. I was like, you know, me and you are going to take a trip. You know, we'll go hunting. We'll do whatever you want to do.
I remember that. And
he said, I want to go bear hunting. So we went to New Brunswick, Canada, and went black bear hunting for a week. He actually turned 18 up there while we was at that.
And you can drink in Canada at 18.
Well, we was drinking probably anyway.
Was it?
Yeah. He actually killed
that's
a
a
bear
man and
up
his
there.
son.
You're allowed.
He killed a bear, and we had a great time up there that week. And
with a bow, or did he kill it with a gun?
Yeah, he killed it with a gun,
Did
with
he?
a rifle. Yeah. And then Steven, he graduated in 13, and I said the same thing. Whatever you want to do, you know, what's your fancy? And he wanted to go turkey hunting, so we went to Wyoming.
Nice.
We went to Wyoming and turkey hunted out there, and he killed a Merriam out there, and you know, with a gun, and I killed one too. It snowed every day we was out there. Snowplow woke us up about every morning. But we
but see, those boys will never forget that, and neither will you.
That's right.
I mean,
That's right.
What a special trip. That's a great idea. I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah.
That's a hell of an idea.
Yeah, that's what me and the boys did. That was our.
And you didn't care, like if they said, "All right, Dad, I want to go. I mean, wherever,
We're
whatever."
Wrigley Field.
I want to go watch a baseball game at Wrigley.
Basically, I was like, I want to take you hunting. I want to do if that's what you want to do. We'll take you hunting. You know,
what do you want? What do you want to go do?
Right. You want to go catch some bass in Florida. You want to go,
Yeah.
Pheasant hunting in South Dakota. You know, whatever. But that's what they.
I think that's a great thing.
Oh my God!
Because you're giving them a chance to pick. Here's a little touch of responsibility. You know, go figure out what you want to do. I've said forever, man. I think the one thing that I needed more was not so much guidance, but you know, the making me figure things out.
Right.
You know, rather than I just kind of dicked around, you know, didn't really have anything to do.
Me too. Yeah.
And I wish that I'd have said, no, hey, or I wish somebody said, no, you got to figure this out like tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, in anything. It could have been picking your hunt, picking your vacation. I just always went with the flow, and I wish I'd had more.
Yeah.
That type of deal.
Yeah, you know, the boys, they probably had it easier than I did. You know, they didn't really have to work, you know, through high school and stuff like that. You know, not that I had to work a whole lot, but you know, if I had a job, that made me pay for, you know, gas and insurance. That stuff. But he always provided me something to drive, and so you know, to say I wasn't spoiled a little bit would be a lie. So you know, and then the boys, you know, they they had it a little better than I did.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, don't you think that that's kind of what we want to what we want to do?
I think it's the times too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's easier now than what it was. It was a lot easier than it was for our dads growing up whenever they were sons. Whenever they had sons.
I'll tell you something else too. Like, and I made fun of them one time, but they had on a Friday night. They had a bunch of boys over, and they was playing like Xbox or something live. They was playing games and this and that. And I was like, "What are you guys doing here?" You know?
Yeah.
And they was like, "What?" And there must have been 10 boys in that house. Just playing games. And one of them was in this room playing against the one in this room. Then playing against a whole bunch of other people. And I was like, on a Friday night when I was in high school, this is not what I've been doing. So, but that's what they picked to do, So, I knew then I had some pretty good boys.
Yeah.
So, and I've got a lot of compliments on it. And
they grew up in church?
No. I mean, when they went to Butch's church out there, out Tick Ridge, and
but they had church influences.
They did, yeah. Susan had him in church for.
That's been a big
while.
topic with my wife and I. Like, keep making sure that Gibson is raised in not so much in church, so much as around church.
Yeah, and they always knew that if we needed him to, Uncle Butch would talk to him. And,
Sure.
And Butch would put down a little bit of a hand.
Well, sure. Well, I believe in eyes in the sky, man.
Yeah.
I think, especially in these small towns, I think one thing kind of kept me a little straighter. I wasn't as straight as I needed to be, but was the fact I knew that if I got out of line,
right.
there were certain people, a lot of people you just didn't want to disappoint, or you'd see.
Well, and also like living in Jackson, you had a lot of eyes too.
Oh my,
sure.
Yeah.
You'd say. You'd run into somebody and be like, "Hey, I seen your boy so and so," and you could bring it up to him and be like, "How do you know that?"
Oh yeah.
But I know,
don't you worry about it.
I know thousands of people.
Yeah.
And these people have two eyes.
Well, I mean that's the thing. I mean, you're in a town like this for three guys like us when we're coming up. It's the same with our boys or whatever, daughters, whatever, and they're going to. What they got to realize is the same thing we came to realize. A lot of people are watching.
Sure.
And they'll go tell your old man.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not necessarily out there to watch you, but they're going to catch you doing something that you're not supposed to be doing.
And they don't want you to go down that path.
That's right.
I mean,
exactly.
It takes a village, man.
Sure.
I see a lot of guys, though, that like, did anybody ever call you and tell you that they was doing anything?
Hmm.
I see a lot of guys, that they don't take it well.
Yeah.
Somebody will tell them something and they get mad about it or whatever, and that's a tough deal. A lot of people just stay out of it anymore.
Yeah.
But I kind of think, if I saw
Coleman one time when he's in high school, we got in some trouble, and I was actually in Kansas deer hunting, halfway across the country. And Susan called and said, "Hey, Coleman got in a little bit of trouble. You want to talk to him?" "Nope, I'll talk to him when I get back because I'm so mad right now. It ain't going to do me no good."
Right.
Because it's So when I got back, I was calm. We
You
sat
had
down
time to think about it.
We did. That's right. And he understood what he did, and and of course we got Butch involved. He had to have a little bit of a leadership, there because he had a little bit of trouble there. But so we, I don't know. I think that helped shape him,
Sure.
So they got in some trouble.
That's good to know. That's a good little tidbit.
Yeah, they got in some trouble, but it was not trouble where it ruined their life. You know what I'm saying? It was educational troubles. It's like
I mean, if you can learn from some of that stuff,
right,
it's almost good to bump the guardrail here and there.
That's right.
You know.
Well, it's whenever you stay on it.
Right.
That's the thing. Like
one time when I was in high school, I had Dad's truck. It was a brand new Toyota he had. And I took that thing. We skipped school one half of the day, and I was going across Stewart Road doing fishtails with somebody that I probably shouldn't have been with.
Yeah.
Run over this guy's mailbox, and I was at baseball practice. Had to go tell Dad about it. And Dad threw a fit. And then later that night, we went for a ride. And he said, "Look, everybody's got to have buddies. I understand that." He said, "But you got to pick your buddies and not just let anybody hang around with you. You got to be really selective with your buddies, or you're going to end up in trouble like that the whole time." And that hit home. So
there's nothing more true, bud.
That's right.
I mean,
it's been hitting home with me again, like a second round. I've noticed that, like at this stage of my life, my circle used to be real big.
Yeah.
Now my circle's getting real small,
Right.
And it's amazing how it's the same damn circle I had 25 years ago.
Right.
There was a lot of shit that got in there in between.
That's right.
And I'm like, man, my circle's right back to where it was 25 years ago.
I know lots and lots and lots of people.
Sure.
But
I've
got a circle of 8 or 10 people that I'm really close to.
Well, and what I think you want to do as a parent is kind of get them dialed into that personal compass, where if they're in a certain group, they realize like, this bunch is flying a little low.
Yep,
You
that's
know,
right.
this isn't, you know.
I had a good friend of mine, Jason Snyder, tell me one time, he said, if you ever want to know how you're doing on Friday night, look around at 8 o'clock. Or he said, if you ever want to know how you're doing in life, look around Friday night at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's how you're doing.
Yeah.
he said, if you don't like it, it's up to you to change. But he said, that's exactly how you're doing. And
That's not a bad
that's
not
a
a bad
pretty
way to
good
look
take,
at it.
really. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But, you know, I've just always admired, you know, a lot of my friends, you being one of them mainly, because I'm watching your kids get older.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, they've made it out of the weeds, man. And
They have.
I've got this thing for them I want to give Steven, but I have to tell you about it. But you know, I mean, your guys' family, you've been a part of my life since I've been 5 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, I think it's cool that like in these areas, you know, hey, I'm just as close with I'm not, but I mean, if Steven ever
Right.
needs anything, he
Sure.
can call me.
Absolutely.
You know, and
Absolutely.
and I know he'll do that with Gibson.
Right.
And just
Sure he will.
continue
Yep.
the bond there. And I mean, those you just know that they come from great moral backgrounds and great,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
good. I don't know what you call it.
Well,
just-
I think that you just you kind of know who you can count on.
sure.
Where the good people are, and if you know if you can instill in your kids to you know that compass to where they know where the good people are.
That's right. I mean, you can't you know when your kid leaves the house.
Yeah, you're not going to be with them all the time.
You're not going to
bud.
be with them all the
yeah,
time.
Yeah,
So,
I mean that's
you know, only thing you can lead them down is like letting them see the people you hang around with.
Right.
And, you know, and
Right.
what the things that you do.
right.
And let them choose to be in that lifestyle.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and then when you see them going down the wrong path, you just kind of, you know, fish
Tug
them
'em a
back a
little
little
bit,
bit. You know,
Bring 'em
bring them
back.
back. Say, look, you know, this is not the right
Do you
thing to
tell
be
them?
doing.
Do you tell?
Oh, yeah.
Do you say, hey?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. You're probably not as direct. Well, you might be as, hey, that guy's no good.
That's right.
And you just
I've told him that.
you
Yeah.
told
Oh,
him
yeah.
that. Even at a young age.
Even at a young age.
So, like,
Yeah.
let's say they come home in the 5th grade,
Yep.
you know, or first grade, second
Yeah.
grade, third grade, and you'll say, hey, nope.
Nope. Yeah, that's right. No good. I mean, you know, there's an instance where, you know, one of the kids was being picked on. I was like, you know, you're going to have to do something. If their teachers ain't going to do something, do something.
Yeah.
You know, and I
Yeah.
don't want to be that guy.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
I mean, either, but I'll tell you, man.
That's right.
You know,
you got to defend yourself. at
certain
some
things
point.
you got to learn
And-
that
and
you're going to have
we'll-
to handle on your own.
And you know, we'll deal with that when the time comes. And
Yeah.
you know, Stephen was like, I just don't want to get in trouble. I was like,
what-
well,
yeah.
you don't want to be picked on the lunch line every day either, right?
Yeah, that's right.
He's like, that's right. You
Yeah.
know, so, and he actually turned around and told the kid the next day, and the kid
Yeah.
never did bother him again.
That's
after
it.
that. So,
Yeah. I mean, well, I mean, I just think it's. I guess, Beau, the thing I would be really proud of if I was you, like, you know, as a guy that has watched your boys grow up, I had the good fortune of coaching Coleman and being around. Stephen was on the sideline at that time, and the thing I admired, I could tell you always had a great relationship with your boys.
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys had open lines of communication.
Sure.
And I mean, is that something that you really focused on, or were you
Yeah.
just fortunate in the fact that that's the way it went? I mean,
Well, I mean, I focused on that, but I was also fortunate that the kids, you know, let me.
well,
be
because
that
you know,
way,
like right now,
so-
my son is 8, so like we've certainly got that kind of relationship now.
Right.
But like, man, I want to keep that.
Right.
Well, I think it's
You
up to
know,
us to
I
keep
mean,
it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I think it's up to
It
the
is.
dad to keep it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know, with the phones in your pockets, now you kind of did that before.
Yeah.
That got to be real prevalent.
Yeah, I mean, but the boys was young. I mean, they had
Yeah.
phones, you know.
But not
Right.
not like today.
yeah.
And
I mean, you know, and if I went a couple texts and never heard back from them, they knew that phone was going away.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that
So,
was, yeah.
I mean, that's the reason. You
That's
know,
why
to
you
me,
got it.
That's why
Yeah.
you got the phone.
Yes.
Is so mom and dad can know where you're at.
Right.
And if you're not going to text us back, you're not going to text anybody else either.
Oh yeah, I remember when we got Helena one. I think she was maybe a 7th grader.
Right.
And I mean, that was really kind of the thing. I mean, you always fight. Everybody's telling you like, oh, don't let her get it till she's this age, that age, and then we thought, well, heck, man. I mean, it kind of gives us a way to keep
Yeah.
track of.
Absolutely.
If she needs us,
Yeah.
she can call us.
Right. I mean, you know, when you're in 7th grade, you got a lot of things even going on. I mean,
Yeah, after school and
after school,
stuff. Yeah.
like that. Right.
Yeah.
So they can call, text, hey, practice
I
is
need a
over.
ride.
You
well,
know,
I meant more just being a dad and you know, putting your phone down. You know,
Right.
I'm sure that's a struggle for some now.
Oh yeah.
You know, I
yeah.
caught myself the other day. I put up that Spalding basketball hoop out there
Yeah,
at the house.
yeah,
And boy, that's a job. Jesus
Oh, yeah.
God, that's awful. And Gibson, every time he asked me, "Hey, Daddy, I'm going outside to play basketball. You know, you coming to shoot with me?" I told myself, if he asks,
Yeah.
I'm going. I don't give a damn what I'm doing. You got to go.
You gotta go.
Because if you don't, then you're going to regret that later, and that's going to haunt you. I think.
Yep.
I mean, and it'd be real easy just sit there on the phone. Gibson, it's too hot, too cold, too windy, too whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But boy, you got to go. You know.
Yep. I've caught myself a few times like that. Hey, Dad, you want to throw? You want to throw the baseball? And I'll be like. But then, that little voice in the back of your head says, get off your ass and get out there. You can throw it 10 times, 15 times,
Go do it.
And
you got to realize their attention span's about 3 minutes at our age. Now.
You'll waste more time fighting it than just get up and do it. And I'll never forget my dad told me one time, he was talking about his father, and he said, if your dad ever asks you to do something, like go somewhere or do something, go. He goes, I realize I am your dad. I might be like hedging my my future bet here. He goes, but I just want go. He goes, because there were times that my dad would ask me to do something and I wouldn't go or couldn't go, and he said,
I just didn't go.
And he said, damn it, I wish I'd have gone every time.
Did you spend a lot of time with your dad before you went? Like doing activities rather than
I mean, honestly, we kind of drifted away a little bit in those last few years, but then Stephen, like I say, Stephen was in that wreck in 2014, and Dad died in August of 2015, and I know this is going to be hard for some people to hear, but I think everything happens for a reason, and I think that happened for Dad and I, at that time.
Not necessarily happens for a reason, but everybody takes different. Everybody has different takeaways.
That's right. That's right. I mean, you know what I mean, and I don't mean that.
You didn't mean that like as a personal thing.
It's not. No, that's right. But like when Stephen was in that accident that night, I hadn't talked to Dad for a couple of years, to be honest with you. So, and right after that, he started coming around and started talking, and and then within a year he was dead. So, I believe that brought us together, and that happened probably because of that. I don't know that that's the right thing to say, but there's a lot of things that
a lot of powers at play there,
that's
man.
Right.
So, that's
But before that, Dad and I, we turkey hunted together, we mushroom hunted together, and as we got older, he was grumpy and stubborn, and I was grumpy and stubborn, and just we clashed a little bit there at the end, and but the Thursday. The Sunday, actually, I went out to Jisco in a kayak and caught some crappies, and
he's rubbing it in right now.
I did, and this was in August, and I called Dad on the way out, and I said, "Hey, you still awake?" He's well, "Yeah, I'm still awake." I said, "Well, come out to the house and we'll clean these crappies." So he came out, and Coleman had been somewhere watching the motorcycle race. So me and Dad and Coleman sat out there in the dark Coleman had a flashlight on his head, and he was taking a drink of beer, and then I couldn't see what the crappies was, and Dad was making fun of him, and that was a Sunday night, and we found him dead on a Thursday. So,
oh man, but you got that memory.
But you got that night.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the reason one of the tattoos is as a fish, because that was the last thing.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's interesting to this whole life is just interesting. To travel through it. And, all those different little journeys, and I mean, you just kind of came out. I don't want to say you came out of one, but you just ended the one that Chad and I are riding now.
Sure.
And now you're moving on. Your next one may be grandkids,
or Coleman getting married.
Which he better here soon.
He better.
It's getting,
I've been pulling for that for a while.
I messed up. I saw he and Maggie in the brewery there the other night, and I said, "Now you're engaged, right?"
Oh,
Or no, that was out there in the stockroom. I asked him right in front of her. I said, "Now you guys are engaged, right?" And I thought I had seen you congratulate him or something.
I did it. I used to on every picture that they put online. Did Maggie finally said, "Pudge, you got to quit that."
Oh, okay.
She said, "You're making him nervous."
Okay.
And I said, "Well, I'll pull for you, Maggie."
Yeah, I felt bad after I did it, and I thought, well, I mean, hey, that girl, they're going to be together. They've been together a long time. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah, they got dogs.
They got a dog.
And a cat. A dog and a cat. So they got animals together.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd say that's happening next. So after that, what's on the agenda for you and your wife? What do you do at that point?
I don't know. I mean, we'll play it by ear, you know.
Any plans?
No, not really. I mean, I hope to retire here someday.
Yeah.
And I want not retire, but I want
Sure.
to do something different. You know,
Yeah.
I've been doing what I'm doing for almost 24 years now, and
Oh, I thought figured it'd been longer than that.
no, 24 years.
What'd you do right out of high school?
I went to college for a couple of years, up to Hocking College, and then
I did that.
went to
fun.
work.
That's what all I learned out of that deal is how to have fun.
Yeah, and then went to work and found out I was going to have a baby, so I kept working. So
Where'd you work?
I worked down at Mills Pride for about 5 years.
I didn't know that.
Yep. And
Maybe I didn't know that. Yeah, you live beside Grandma.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Yeah.
I lived beside your grandma for 11 years. And from
I remember the boys coming out
yeah.
and you guys, being out in the yard, and like
Yeah.
you'd come in and they'd follow you in the
Susan
house.
actually, when Coleman was a little baby, Susan actually accidentally locked him in the car.
I
And
think
she
I
was
remember that.
she was afraid to leave him in the car, so
like-
she went over and got your grandma. And
Yeah.
your grandma sat out there and tapped on the glass while Susan went in and found another key.
She loved having you as a
Yeah.
neighbor. She died in 04. We talked about that the other day when I was at your
Yeah.
house. But man, we're blinking, boys, and it's just flying.
Oh, it's
Flies
unreal.
by.
flies by, man.
Unreal.
Have you talked to Jeff Webb much?
I see him every once in a while.
Do you? You
Yeah.
probably run into him in your jobs.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we run into each other a little bit, but I don't. A lot of these guys, I'd like to be in touch with, and I'm not.
Yeah.
It's just what life
Well,
does to you.
you need to be, because I tell you,
Oh, I know.
I just buried one of mine here a few weeks ago, and that's one that I wish that he would have been on my weekly call list.
Yeah.
You're on, I call you all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time and
Oh,
text
yeah.
you all the time, and that, like I said, that circle's come back around, and
Yeah.
I've been doing it. If I'm going down the road, I just call
Yeah.
him. If it's even for 5 minutes, call him.
That's like Chris Simpson and I. We was best buddies in high school and after high school.
Mm-hmm. Great dude.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Great guy.
And then life has pulled us apart.
Yeah.
And I a few weeks ago, a month ago, a couple months ago, whenever it was, I was sitting at the house and I was like, I haven't talked to Chris and I don't know how long. So I called him. I just picked up the phone.
How great
and
was
called him.
that?
It was great.
Yeah.
I was like, where you been? And he was
Yeah.
telling me things about his mom that, I used to stay all night with them and,
Yeah.
so it makes me want to go out and see Marlene,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because you don't know.
You don't know. Well, you do know.
Well, you do know. That's right.
You do know, and you got to
Yeah.
do it while you can. And
Yeah.
it's easy now.
Yeah.
Everybody
My
says I don't-
my kids are 26 and 28, and Chris's are 6.
Oh, he's
and
in my
8 or
boat,
something.
bud. Yeah, he's in my
so
boat.
life is pulled us in a little different
We
direction.
make excuses, but now you got communication in your pocket.
I know. and that's what I called him on.
It's like before you had to get the landline.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on how big a cord you had, depending on how far away from it
yeah.
you could go and call them. And you used to call them every day.
Sure.
Well, now it's in your pocket, and how you never talk.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
24/7.
But like you guys, you and Susan now, you've got the boys out and
Yeah.
they're on their own. Like you guys are kind of taking up jeeping a little bit. You
taking
guys
up
done
jeeping.
motorcycle
I got
riding?
him.
We love
Hey, I
riding
got me
motorcycle.
another one with Beau.
What's that?
Jeeping.
Oh yeah.
Is that why you bought the Jeep? Did I take you Jeeping?
Yeah.
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 I got Riddles too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And you even said, hey, now that you bought that Jeep, you'll get rid of that Harley. And this year, I tried to tell Susan, I was like, let's sell the Harley. Because I want to buy one of them outdoor wood furnaces,
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, let's sell the Harley, and we'll use that money to pay off that. But she's like, you're not selling that Harley.
Oh, she likes
Oh
that.
yeah.
Harley.
Oh, she put the foot down.
See,
So
Mindy
on
was-
days that she's off and it's pretty out, when I get home from work, whether I want to or not, I
You're
have to take her
riding that.
ride. Yeah.
Okay.
See, Mindy was all for me getting rid of the Harley,
She loves riding on that Harley.
but I didn't do it like you guys did, like you guys do. I was more of a bar to bar guy back
Yeah,
then.
no. If I'm riding that motorcycle, especially if they're on the back, I won't even take a drink of beer.
I wouldn't if I'd had one now.
Yeah.
You don't do the poker runs and all that.
I mean,
stuff.
I have, yeah. But I mean, when I go into a bar or something like that, when we're riding that motorcycle, I
you're
drink pop,
Diet-
and I can't
Diet
wait to
Coke
get
or
back so I can get a beer.
Yeah, right,
So
right.
I can park that thing and
Yeah.
But I don't. That's the last thing I want somebody to say was I seen him drinking in a bar.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Well, I mean, those things are scary, dude.
that's right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got to respect what's going on there, man. There's not a lot between you and the road.
I had a cousin down in Florida last year died on a motorcycle. So he'd been retired about 8 or 10 years, something like that, and was actually had stopped over at his mom's house the night before, and she said, my Aunt Peggy said, Mark, you need to wear a helmet. And he's like, Mom, I'm a good rider, and she's like, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
And he was on his way to work that morning and was behind a bus. And when the bus went by the school, one of the kids pulled out thinking that there was nobody behind the bus and hit Mark. Yeah.
That's the main thing with the motorcycles is seeing them.
People can't see them.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially if they have one that doesn't have a front light or something like that.
Of course, I'm never one to go fast. I've never been
It don't matter.
I mean, even I know, but I'm just saying I'm not putting myself.
You're not out
in a
there.
position.
Yeah, right.
You know, I'm not putting myself in a position. I stay back. I watch for other people. You know, and I know that's not an. You know.
Now both of you guys have had Harleys, right?
Yeah.
Now is the feeling or sensation kind of similar as going on one of these Jeep rides?
No.
When you go on
Totally
Harleys,
different.
Totally
Totally
different.
You're getting a lot more beating on a Harley.
Oh, I bet the wind and everything probably about wears you out, doesn't it?
I think so.
Because it can.
I said
it can in a Jeep.
Good.
I mean, you know,
You can't just talk. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
I can.
oh, that Jeeping's relaxing.
I can put the top back on the Jeep.
Oh, I mean,
little cooler in the back seat.
Yeah.
And go 10 mile an hour on gravel roads.
it's
all
great.
day.
I know.
All day.
I know.
all day. If you got to stop and piss, you
Yeah.
ain't got to look for a level
Well,
spot.
and the thing,
Kickstand down. Yeah.
Well, and the thing about those Jeeps, like, I mean, hey, they'll go anywhere, but like I to the point, I don't care whether we go through the mud or
Me
what.
neither.
I mean, hey, just take me on a back road
Me
or
too.
something, man. I don't care.
Take me somewhere I ain't never been before.
And what I like doing,
Uh-huh.
I'm to the point. I guess I'm kind of spoiled because of you guys, but like I like to ride with other people.
Yep, same.
I like to
it's
ride with
almost
about
like
up to 5. I like to
Yeah.
ride with up to about 5 Jeeps.
Yeah, I mean
know?
that's fun.
That's
Like those
fun.
Sundays we were doing last.
Yep.
I hope we can do that again this
I'm
year,
ready.
man.
Me too.
I mean that is fun.
I look
man.
forward to that.
Oh, I do too, man.
Yep.
I mean, so does my wife. I mean, that was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hope my wife last year was just me and you.
Yeah.
You know, biggest part time or us,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
in our Jeep. But I hope we can get Susan and Mindy out there this year.
Yeah, Susan loves to go, but
she has to work a lot, doesn't she?
She's a registered nurse, so she
Yeah.
works. She has to work every other weekend. So, you know, on the weekends that she's off, you know, I have to kind of coordinate. I don't have to. I want to coordinate things with her. You know, because I don't get every weekend with her. I don't get every evening because she works 12 hours. Some nights she don't get home till 10 or 10:30 at night. You know, so every valuable extra minute we have together, I try to spend it with her. So.
I tell you who's next. That guy right back
know.
there.
Old
We
Travis.
ain't took him
Travis.
yet. We ain't
Oh,
took him
he
yet.
hadn't been
but
on- he
He
hadn't
ain't
been on
been
the
on one
road.
yet. But I got you. I got a
Oh,
Smalley.
I think you might. I think
Smalley
you.
went right out. and
Smalley
bought
went right
Well,
out.
I think
He
you
fell-
might have snared.
He fell hook, line, and sinker.
I
on
think
that.
you might have snared Curtis.
Oh, did I?
He's been casually eyeballing a few of them too.
Byler.
Byler, you got
him
him?
one.
Yeah.
Byler kind of got himself.
Took me one weekend.
Yeah, the very next week you had a Jeep. That's about the way you was.
I wasn't long.
No.
Yeah.
It. I just have a good time with it. It's. I think it's great. I tell you,
I enjoy it.
I'm jacked now that my buddy's coming for Jeeping for Joy.
Yeah.
CJ.
Oh, man, that's
great.
gonna be
That's gonna be a
fun,
great.
huh?
You remember him? He puts on
yeah.
a great show, and
He does.
and it's going to be outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so did I tell you that we opened it all up this year? Now we're going to have camping. You're going to be able to bring a side by side.
Yeah.
Everything this
Yeah,
year.
you told me that day you tore up my Jeep out there.
I didn't tear it up, though.
Yeah. $800. I had $800 laid back for a new top for my Jeep, and I ended up having to put it underneath the Jeep,
which is
stuff
no
you can't
fun.
even
That's
see.
no
I
fun.
think I even said you need to go to the left. You didn't.
Yeah.
Hey, now.
Well, the turn was to the right.
Chad,
but-
the next thing that we're going to have, and you'll probably have to have one too,
yeah.
Okay.
side by side.
Oh, Jesus, I don't know.
Chad, you wouldn't believe it.
Are they fun?
Oh, bud.
Yeah, me and Bo,
And I know that if I got Susan in one of them, she would definitely want to sell that
Guarantee
Harley.
it.
Yeah.
guarantee it.
Yeah.
That'd be, see, you could sell that Harley and make that happen pretty easy.
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And get most of my money back, if not
Yeah,
all of it,
yeah,
out of it.
yeah.
I looked at a brand new one, boys. You're 20 grand or better.
Oh, man, that's too much for my
I'd-
blood. I'll
yeah.
ride in yours.
I'll have to get me a 4-door.
Yeah.
Hell, them 4-doors was 30,
Or
35.
just get you a trailer and me and Chad are riding them.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
need to
there you
do.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Get me a good roof.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one now, and you got one. But I'm talking about a fast one.
Yeah.
I want a fast one.
Yeah. I just got a little Kawasaki mule.
I got a Polaris Ranger.
Yeah.
It's just not the same. Travis has got one. We're going to have to get him.
See,
So
I'm
we got to
more
get
like-
him on the Jeeps first, and
yeah.
then we're going to get him on the
I'm
fast
more
side-by-sides.
more about probably sitting there by my Jeep and watching you all go out and
Well, we're not, no, like,
flip them things over.
no, we're not. I'm not trying to go race or none of that. I'm saying, like, in the woods or on a trail.
do the same thing, just in those.
Well, you wouldn't, Chad. It's like riding on a pillow on those side by sides. We were going through ruts as deep on Cody Hales, as almost as deep as his table. And
Well, that's what stopped the Jeep too.
the same type of rut that stopped the Jeep.
Yeah.
We glided over and didn't,
You just go right through
and
it.
didn't even you didn't even feel it. You could literally have a drink in a cup and not spill it. I mean,
my goodness.
It's just
True.
They're made for it.
Oh man, and if you look at the suspension on, my God, the springs on them are 4 feet tall. I mean, they're crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be fun. I mean,
Anything else we need to talk about? We've been at it almost an hour.
we had
50 minutes.
pretty good deep combo.
Yeah,
there,
well,
man.
I'll tell you what.
Let's
Let's talk about Saturday. What we did this past Saturday.
Yeah.
He had a wedding. He couldn't make it.
Yeah,
make
he
it. I'm
had
sorry I
a
couldn't
pretty
make it,
busy,
but
pretty
Travis
busy
made
day.
it. Travis made it. He was here.
Yeah.
But Tyler, what'd you think about it?
I had a good time.
That was a great time. That was one of the best times I've had in a long time.
Me too, man. That's probably the best event I've been to in a long time.
Yeah. We threw that together in a day.
And
Yeah.
if people follow us on social, they probably saw the picture of Donley that you had put up there.
Yeah. And then you're getting ready to have his singles out
Soon.
soon. So
Probably when this airs, they'll be out. Yep.
by the time this airs, it'll be out. We did.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we had Nick on the show, and he was talking about how great the acoustics were in this room,
Chad opened his mouth.
and I said, well, when he goes, well, yeah, he goes, I'd like to play it, and I said, well, how about Saturday night? He goes, I don't have anything else going on, and we started texting people, and
That was at Thursday at like 10 p.m.
Yeah. And then we had, I mean, I wouldn't call it a full house. But
no. Well, I mean, we had about as many as what you need.
We had as many as we wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'll just tell you this too, that even though I can't play a guitar, I can sing. So if you you dress me up and teach me a few dance moves, you got a superstar right here, buddy.
Superstar. Okay, well I can do that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was I took the stage as a fucking comedian, bud.
Did
He
you really?
did. Oh yeah, Chad got up there and spit a few bars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did. He spit a few bars.
I didn't do any singing.
You did good.
Didn't do any singing. No, that was kind of impromptu.
Was
but-
that your? I mean, you haven't been on a mic that much.
No, I've never. No, I mean,
You've never done anything
not
like
for
that.
something like that.
No, you've never done anything like
no,
that.
I've never emceed.
Shit, he's a natural.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
I mean,
There's no doubt about it. Like when you listen to him fill in, for like Dan or somebody on the radio for them football games.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he ain't doing it on his own.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mindy got home the next day. She goes, well, I'm going to tell you what. She goes, that is the perfect recipe up there. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, well, you didn't have to do nothing. She said, you just need to get out of the way and let Chad have that mic. You go up there and sing your songs, but let Chad talk.
yeah, I'm surprised with you two that anybody can get a word in with you two anyway.
Well, we've worked on that.
have.
We've gotten better about that.
Used to be,
Because
but I
we
mean,
struggled.
you guys are phenomenal anyway.
well,
some of the
we've
stories-
struggled. We've struggled with that, and I think we're getting better by the week.
I do too, yeah. We've, I tell you, we've been kind of just this summer. We're not that we're taking a break, but we just realized we didn't have to go as hard at these. And,
Yeah.
So it's been kind of a nice
Oh
little,
yeah.
nice little
Come
breather.
fall, I mean, we'll be hitting.
Yeah,
3
come
times
fall,
a
winter
week
time,
again.
but
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we're trying to get downstairs, and I just won't get off my ass and fix that studio. Did you see it? Yeah, you haven't seen the new part that we did, have
yeah.
you? We've been working on it for
Well,
probably
we
2-3
is
months.
we is a loose word. I can't. There, I got nothing to offer, bud.
We as in Pudge.
Yeah, Pudge is doing it now. Tyler, you probably do a little damage. You could probably
I
get
held
it done.
some metal down there.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you held the battle. You held the battle.
if I start doing any kind of craftsmanship,
We would probably-
that thing will go to hell in a
We would
handbasket.
trade sponsorships out for somebody to come finish that studio. That's
Well, see, that's where I've been all along. I say, I mean, the best way to get work done is to hire it the hell out.
I got my ass ripped earlier today.
What's that?
Oh, I went over to Shea Brown's. I was over at Shea Brown's getting my oil changed. And here comes Jeremy Sturgill.
Yeah.
And he pulls up in that city truck.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And I said, he goes, what are you doing? He said, you won't even change your own oil anymore. And I said, look at you. You just went over and got a pop on that city time. I said, don't you mess with me.
Well, hey, man, here, you know what I just said to him? Be like, well, hell yeah, this guy's changed my oil, and cheese is over at my house mowing my fucking yard.
Then he got mad. He goes, you mean you don't mow your grass or change your oil? And I said, listen, let's not get this misunderstood.
Yeah.
You're crazy if you're still cutting your grass. I said, that's the biggest. You can't win that battle.
No.
I mean, I'll fight anything, but I am not going to fight that battle against Mother Nature. It's going to grow back.
Hey,
That's a one-day win, boys.
me and Tim Childers, every time I see him at the house, he's got a smile on his face.
So
I
do
got a
you.
smile on mine. I handed him a check today. I pay him by the month.
Happy to.
And I'm happy to write that check.
Travis, you still cutting your grass? Oh, gee, Travis,
my
that's ridiculous. You got to quit that. Oh man, that's ridiculous. That's Tyler. Have you hired it out yet?
No, not yet.
Tyler, damn it.
Nope.
We keep trying to tell you.
Yep.
Pressure's on.
You mow your own grass?
I do.
Beau?
But yeah.
Well, if Susan doesn't do it before I get home.
Oh, okay.
Well, now, if I had a wife that loved to mow grass, I mean,
I don't know if she loves it, but she knows it has to get done. So
Yeah.
man, I hate it. I mean, I don't know if there's anything that I hate any more than mowing grass.
Yeah, it's right up there for me.
Yeah, I just think it's the biggest.
Of course,
waste of time.
I don't apologize. I detest physical labor.
I don't mind
of
physical labor.
any kind.
I'll build fence. I'll cut trees. I'll do anything. I hate cutting grass.
There ain't none of that.
Back and forth, back and forth. My Lord. Oh.
Somebody asked me if I'd change my oil, I'd be like, what? What? Are you kidding me?
Why would I?
Why the hell would I do that? You
so
pull in over to Brownsville.
I actually do that. So
I didn't even get out of the truck.
I'm sure you did.
I think most people do. I mean,
I do. I don't.
You
mind
ain't changing your own oil, are you, Travis? No, yeah.
See, and these guys make fun of me. They talk about mushroom hunting. I said, well, I do mushroom hunt all the time over at Kroger's.
He got him a mushroom.
K. Rogers.
Yeah, I never come home empty-handed, bud.
Yeah. Foraging.
Yeah, and I mean they got several different kinds you can choose from.
That's
you know?
right.
Yeah.
I've yet to walk in a section of woods that had celery and broccoli and all that.
Hell yeah. I mean, well, they do all my gardening, bud.
There's another thing.
You just walk in and hand them a check. Right?
There's another thing. Gardens. I did the garden thing for a while. Well, take your $24 and go buy the vegetables that you need.
I go to the Amish guy out
Well,
of
I was going to say, if you really want to fire it up, go to a farmer's market, bud.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Why would you garden whenever you could just go buy
Oh,
something?
they'll give them to you with dirt still on them if you want.
For hardly nothing.
Yeah.
For hardly nothing.
I know.
I just think that's, I don't know.
Well, and I look at it as like, look, man, that is me contributing to
the economy.
To the economy.
Yeah.
There's a man out there that's working a garden.
Loves to do it.
Hell yes.
Yeah, I don't love to do it.
I hate
You're
it.
crazy if you're out there swinging a hoe 5 nights a week in the beating ass sun. You're crazy if you say, "Boy, I love this shit." No, you don't.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing else to do.
Sitting
That's
there
your
at
problem.
home at night thinking, well, I need to build me a scarecrow. You know, the deer.
Can you imagine being pissed off at a rabbit?
Oh shit! Yeah. You're like, no. I hear if you put soap in there, it'll keep the rabbit, and then you go out there going again. That son of a bitch.
So if you want to see some beautiful gardens, though, you got to ride out 776 and look at George Coleman's gardens.
Does he have some nice ones?
My! And then he puts these fences up around them and stuff to keep the deer out.
Oh, right there at the corner of Denny's Road.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, he does. That man's got beautiful gardens.
He's got a garden over here, and he got a big garden over there.
I'll have to drive out there and see
Go
that.
give him a crossword puzzle.
Oh yeah, right.
Give him something else to do. I tell you, that's too much work for.
I'm gonna go out there with a 12-pack of Busch Light tomorrow.
But I suppose if I was retired, no, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't do it. If I'm retired, I ain't doing that either.
If I'm retired, I'm jeeping every day.
That's right. Fishing, riding horses,
kayaking.
I'm doing anything
moving
other
down to Salt Creek or something. You know,
anything other than swinging a hoe
or any sort of utensil. Like
oh
that,
my
really.
Lord! I did it for a minute, and it was good, and sure it's tasty, but then you eat it, it's over.
I had a tree cut down up on the top of the hill from my house, and I was like, you know what, this is good exercise, swinging this wood maul and stacking this wood and stuff, And then my neighbor was like, why are you doing that? He said, I got a wood splitter over here.
Oh yeah, I got.
And I was like, I don't mind doing it. Then I got to the point where it's monotonous.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gaining anything. I'm up there, within an hour, I'm out of breath and I'm sweating and stuff, So I went and got his wood splitter, and I done in one evening what it took me 2 weeks to do, splitting it with a wood maul.
I had an epiphany one time. I got into the backyard trees, and I was just splitting them all up, and man, I worked on that thing all summer. Every spare minute I got, I was out there swinging that maul, busting me up a load of wood. Got to be wintertime, and Dad said, hey, you might want to get you a load. And
I was going to say, I got a guy to bring you a pickup truck load for $20.
He said, you should just be on the safe side. He said it real subtle.
Already split.
Real nice.
Stacked.
He said, you probably want to get you a load. He said, just make sure. And they brought me one pickup load, and it was more than I had split my hand on.
You're like, well,
I said,
thanks,
I'm
Dad.
screwed.
Thanks, Dad.
I said, we're going to freeze to death, baby. I said, get your phone out. I said, call him, tell him to come right back. I said, I'm
one
done.
ain't going to be enough.
No.
I'm never picking that maul up again.
I ain't touched that ball since.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anything else we need to cover, boys?
No, I think
Beau will be back.
Yeah,
we'll talk about something
sure
else.
We'll see.
So we're Jeeping Saturday.
Jeeping Saturday. I'll be there.
Susan's going, right?
Susan's going.
All right.
She
Boy,
can't
I
wait to
hate
go.
to miss that, guys.
I wish Mindy'd go. I can't get her to go.
Yep.
We're going to have to get Susan to sweet talk her for me. If Mindy knew that she had a partner there. Jeez, look at that.
Can you believe that?
First time he's
Rookie.
a rookie.
Rookie,
I remember my
you'd
first
think I'd never been
podcast.
on here.
All right. Well, hey, like and subscribe. Hit that button down there and go check out some of our old ones. And if you like and subscribe, it will give you notification every time we have a new podcast come out. So hit that button. Make sure you check out our sponsors.
Yeah.
Anything else we need to cover?
I think we're good, man.
All
Check
right.
us out.
Yep. We'll see you next week.
Thank
folks.
you.
See you.